Okay, we're gonna try to graph this line and then determine the point of intersection, so where the two lines cross. So we learned two different ways to graph in an equation. What's one way? Yep. Right, put it in y equals mx plus b form. Okay, so that we can see the slope, see the y-intercept. What's the second way that we learned yesterday? What did we learn yesterday? Yep. Right, the x and y intercepts. So let's do both ways. So we'll do the first method, which is the y equals mx plus b way. All right. So the equation was x plus y equals 4. So if we were to rearrange it, it would be y equals what? Page 7? 7. Y equals, I want to rearrange this. Yep. Okay, 4 minus x, but can we put it in y equals mx plus 3 form? So I'll put the x term first. Yeah. Negative x plus 4, right? Yusuf, do I need to move you? Okay. So when we rewrite this, what's my m, what's my b? Liana? Yep. Yeah, that's it, right. So let's plot that line first. Okay, my x and my y. Okay, so I'm gonna plot the 4 first. 1, 2, 3, 4 on my y-axis because that's my y-intercept. Right, and my slope is -1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Okay, so I have my first line. This is the okay. My second line. Let's do the method that we did yesterday with the intercepts. Okay. So x minus y equals -2. To find the x-intercept, I'm gonna let y equals 0. Okay, so this is recapping from what we did yesterday. When y is 0, here, I'll write it out. X minus 0 equals -2. So what is x? X minus 0 equals -2. So x is just simply -2. Okay, can I rewrite this as the coordinate? Yep. X is -2. X and then y, right? So if x is -2 and 0, right? So there's my first point, -2 and 0. Right? For y-intercept, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to let x equal 0. Okay, again, this is all from yesterday's homework. So when x is 0, x minus y equals -2. So what does y equal? Yep. Negative y equals -2? 2, right. Okay, and the coordinate? 0, 2. Okay, so 0, 2. There's my second point. Okay, connect these two dots. Okay, notice I used two different colors to draw my line because it's two separate lines. Am I done the whole question? Am I done the question? What was I trying to do?
Find out where the 2 lines intersect.
Right, I haven't answered the question. I did all this work, but I actually never answered the question. The question was, find the point of intersection. So where do they cross? Sam?
1, 3.
Perfect. At 0.13. So remember, a coordinate has two numbers. So you can't just say they cross at 1. It's your answer is a point, and it's the 0.13 right here. Okay. So we have these two methods. Who likes the first method more when you put it in y equals mx plus b form? Okay. Who likes the second method more? Yesterday's method, finding the x and y intercepts. Okay, good. So we have half and half. Again, choose the method that you like. Okay. So now let's get into a word problem. Now that we know how to do this today's lesson is actually very important to the next assignment that you guys are gonna do. It's very similar. Okay. So make sure you pay attention. Ahmed wants to earn extra money selling orange juice in front of his house. It's going to cost him $2 to start his business, and then each glass of orange juice is going to cost him 12 cents to make. He plans to sell the orange juice for 25 cents a cup. Okay, so first, write an equation that represents his costs. So to run his business, what's the equation to run his business? We have the 2, we have the 12 cents, and we have the 25 cents. Right? To get his business going, how much is it going to cost him? Nicolin? Excellent, right? Yeah, so I'm just going to rewrite it so that it's in y equals mx plus 3 form. So 0.12x plus 2. 12 cents to make each cup, and then don't forget the $2 for the material, for the oranges, or for the sign, something. Okay, so this is his cost. What about my second equation? I'm just gonna sell it for 25 cents a cup. Yep. Yeah, but make sure, remember, when I checked your package yesterday, a lot of you guys wrote the equation just like this, like the 1/5 x or 5x. Remember, an equation has to have an equal sign. So in this, all of the equation should be like y equal or c equal. Don't forget that part. Okay, so there we go. We have our two equations. Okay, should I do a t-graph or an l-graph? Should I do a graph similar like this, Sam? Well, not always going up, but y and l graph. Yeah. Can you sell negative 5 cups of orange juice? No. So that's why instead of a t graph, I'm just doing a l graph like this. This is my x. This is my y. What's my x? What's x? Yep. No. What is it? What's my independent variable? What does my x actually represent? Cups. Good. Okay. Cups. And then y would be the cost. Okay. So should I do 0 cup, 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, 4 cup, 5 cup like this? Is it a reasonable scale? Or is there a better scale? I think if we do 0, 1, 2, 3, it's too small, too little. We might not see the lines cross. So instead, I'm gonna do maybe 0. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I'm gonna go by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Right? And then in terms of costs, let me just, alright. So for costs, I'll go by 50 cents. So 50 cents, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. Okay. So graphing the first line. So first line, so what's my y-intercept here for the first line? Y equals 0.12x plus 2. What's M? What's B? What's M? What's B? Yep.
0.12 is 2.
Yep. And B is 2. Okay. So I have my first point, but 0.12. It seems very hard to graph. So if I go up 0.12 and then go over 1, it's pretty hard to graph. So this might not be the best way. So instead, I can do like a table of value. So like maybe after 10 cups. So sub in 10 for x. So 0.12 times 10 plus 2 is going to give me $3.20. So after 10 cups, it's going to be about $3.20, which is about right here, roughly. Okay? And then I do the same thing for 20 cups. So 0.12 times 20 plus 2, I get $4.40. So at 20 cups, it's going to cost $4.40. Okay. Right? And that's because 0.12 is hard to, it's not I don't know what my rise and my run is. So that's why instead I'm doing this table of value in my head. Okay. So this is going to be my costs. Okay. Now my second line, this one is nice and easy to tell. Okay, my slope is 0.25. What's my b in this equation? What's my y-intercept here? Jacob, what's your hand up? No. Okay, Charles. Yeah. What's b? Yeah. I mean like y equals mx plus b. What's the y-intercept? 0, right? Okay. What? 0.25x plus 0. Okay, so I start off at 0, 0 right here. The 0.25. This one I can actually do. What side as a fraction? 0.25. What's 0.25 as a fraction? Yep. 1/4. Yeah. So 1 over 4. I go up 1 and I go over 4. I go up 1, I go over 4. Okay. Again, look at the scale on the numbers, not the boxes. So I go from 2 to the 3, and then I go over 4. Okay. If I keep going like this, okay. When should I stop? Okay. If I just did 2 points, is this good enough? No. What do I want to see? Okay, because I want to see my lines cross. That was the purpose of this question. I want to see the 2 lines cross. So I want to keep going until I see it get past the other line. So this is my revenue. Okay, so roughly where is my intersection point? Liana?
$3.5.
Sorry?
Like $3.5.
Okay, but remember, my point of intersection is always two numbers. Right? I have to tell me my x value and my y value.
7.
7. 7 is here. Right? So you want to see. Da, 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 da. All right.
15.
Yep. Okay. Sure. 15 and
3.5.
3.5. Sure. We'll just say that. Okay. Now, if you do the mathematically, yes, it's not 15 and 3.5. But in grade 9, we're only basing our answer on graphs. Grade 10, that's when we solve it mathematically and get the exact value. Right? So, is this accurate? No. Okay, it's just an estimate. So, but for grade 9, it's good enough. All right. Grade 10, you'll know how to calculate it mathematically. And okay, what does this point represent? So remember, I was saying EQAO love asking this question, like what does it mean in terms of the context of the question? What is the 15? 15 represents, yep, yeah, 15 cups. And what about that 350? Not profit. Not the cost either. So 15 cups, 350. Am I making money? Am I losing money? What's happening here? Sorry? Break even. Excellent. This is my break even point, which means I don't make money, I don't lose money, because your revenue and cost is the same. Okay, key word right here, break even. So keep that in mind. Okay. In your next assignment, you're gonna need to know this word. Okay. So, so if you were Ahmed's friend, what would you suggest him? Should he continue or should he quit? Continue. Okay. Sam says continue. So who says Ahmed should continue this business? So much money. Okay. Okay. Who says quit? Okay. Who says depends? Okay. Jacob, what do you think?
Depends.
Yeah. On what?
Depends on if there's another job or not, maybe.
Okay. Okay. But mathematically, I want a mathematical answer. So if on the assignment you said depends on the society or the inflation and like that, I would like that answer, but it's not going to give you the marks. I need a mathematical answer. Riresh, I think you said it depends as well, right?
I was thinking that depends where he set it up. There's a lot of people there.
Okay.
People that can like probably break even or actually profit.
Okay, so that's also a very good business standpoint, but I still want a math answer. Nicholas. Right. Okay, we did all this math to figure out this number. So let's use this number. Alright. It will depend if he can sell more or less than 15 cups. So if he can sell more than 15 cups, then what does that mean? Is he making or losing money? He's making money because the revenue is higher than the cost. You see the red line is higher than the blue line? Yes. So he's making money. If he sells less than 15 cups, then he's losing money and he should definitely quit. Okay. So anything less than that, notice his cost is higher than his revenue. So that means he's losing money. And then at 15 cups, it's break even. So on your next assignment, I'm telling you, if I ask for a 3-part answer, this is your 3-part answer. More than 15, less than 15, and at 15. Okay, so I highlighted it. This, you will see this question on the assignment. Okay, so the 3 scenarios. The 3 scenarios. Okay. You'll see this question in business class as well. When do you guys have to take business? Grade 9 or grade 10? Do you need to take the business course? I think is you have a choice, right? You can either take business or tech or okay. So how many of you are taking business? Took business? Okay. How did you guys do well? Oh, this semester, are you doing well so far? Okay, good. Okay, so this is gonna be part of it as well. Okay. All right. Example 3. Rosa has $7.85 in dimes and quarters. There are 50 coins altogether. Write an equation needed to solve this problem. Do not solve. So I just want to set up our 2 equations. Right? I threw this question in just to help you guys in grade 10. You will see this question in grade 10. I want to give you guys a head start. Okay, so first equation is always dealing with the number of coins. All right. So let's say D is dimes, number of dimes. Q is number of quarters. Altogether, how many coins do you have? 50. And there you go. You have your first equation. All right. Second equation is the tricky one. Who has an idea? It has to deal with the value of the coins. All right. Liana?
785 equals 0.45.
Wow, good.
I think it's 0.10.
Excellent. Good job. Okay. So this equation deals with the value of the coins. 0.10 is the value of dimes, and then 0.25 is the value of quarters. So when you multiply it and add together, it should give you the total value of 785. Good job. Okay. So for this question, again, read the question carefully. If it says do not solve, do not waste your time on the test. Okay. If you want to know how to solve it, I'll be happy to teach you after the lesson, because you'll need to know it for grade 10. Grade 10, chapter 1 is this. Okay. Last example. Does this line and this line intersect at this point? Right. What's different between example 4 and example 1? I gave you 2 equations in both questions. What's the difference in example 4 and example 1? Yeah.
Example 4, I don't have a graph.
Okay, I could graph it, but
Example 4 asks us if it doesn't intersect at that point. Example 1 asks us to find where.
right. Okay, so example 1 doesn't give you a point. They tell me to find that point. Example 4, I'm telling you the point, but is it right? Okay, so one way, as Rudrash said, I could graph it and then see if it crosses at -1, -5, or I could substitute these values into the equation. Okay, so this is my x, this is my y. So sub it in. Right. So in my first equation, y equals 3x minus 2. Okay, left side, right side. Y is -5. And then right side, and then x is -1. So if I substitute it in, -3 minus 2 gives me -5. So left side equals right side. Yep, this point is on this line. Okay, because it satisfies it. When x is -1, y is in fact -5. So that's how I know this point is on this line. What do you think I have to do next then?
You have to substitute it into the other one too.
Right, now I have to do it the same thing for this line. Okay, left side, right side. Okay, y is -5 and x, be careful how you substitute here. Okay, so -1. Okay, -1 plus 2 is 3. So does left side equals right side? No, they don't equal. So what does that mean? If your point is on one line but not on the other, is not the intersection point. Therefore, the lines do not intersect at -1, -5. Okay. Again, if you are more comfortable, you could graph these two lines and see if it crosses here, but it will take more time. This, mathematically, it is a little faster. Okay. Okay, any question? So we did go through quite a bit today, but again, this is very important. It's gonna be on your next assignment next week. So make sure you do try these questions on page 8 and 9. Okay, so page 8 and 9 for the next 4 days, long weekend. And oh, look at that. Okay, very similar question. Instead of selling orange juice, I'm selling lemonade. So make sure you try these questions. All right, so page 8 and 9, answers are on page 10. Okay.